Hey. Hello buddy and welcome to another video. The action starts with the wind shitter himself being harassed into oblivion and calling for help 3 minutes into the game. The seven-eyed monster chases me through the river and I help him dry his shoes when I set him on fire and make him think about what he did. We see on top a glorious fight between Stonehead himself and a guy who thinks sticking your fingers in the electrical socket is an acceptable hobby. And I'm not saying that because he's playing a character made of electricity, but because he is utterly brain dead, as we will see a little bit later. Stonehead thinks the ladies don't like him because he's bald, so we switch lanes, to give him a chance to pull on Yasuo's ponytail and wear it as a wig. Socket Man gets introduced to my challenger, he pokes and runs away as if he's on fire all the way back to mid. Stonehead is not done with the wind shitter and Socket Man provides the first piece of evidence about his negligible IQ when he doesn't expect us to switch lanes as well, and he gets surprised when I throw a firecracker up his butt and follow him to make sure he goes home safely. I send him to base despite my jungler's immense efforts to steal my kill. We try to go B, but the affliction is too harsh on this Yasuo as he can't help but dash under my tower to do absolutely nothing but feed Kale, apparently, who manages to steal this one away from me. After his death I couldn't help but notice in chat how Socket Man tries to look like a badass to his team and pings that I used my flash and barrier to kill him, when it's obviously not the case. Even though top and mid are doing fine, bot is terrorized by the seven-eyed dig when he scores a double kill on my overextended duo of Stash Man and a girl who praises herself on getting lucky, if you know what I mean. Socket Man overestimates his capabilities yet again when he decides to shoot AQ in my general direction instead of running away, and Kale contributes to this fight a kill steal for the second time. Kale's kill steal senses are tingling when Stonehead has Ponytail Man out of position, but the Archangel of kill steals fails to score another quick 300g when Stonehead smashes the wind shitter into the ground. Back to mid and I'm running out of things to say about Socket Man's disjointed brain cells when he gets out of position and Kale is thankfully somewhere else, so I grab myself the kill. My bot laners prove that they are a fine match for feeding Finn and feeding Phil on top and mid when they die the exact same way as before. Morticia Adams escapes a battle in the bot bushes by the skin of her teeth, only to be met by the big bad burnt boogeyman from mid, who is just happy whenever his jungler is not around. Stash Man gets murdered in the woods and I can't help but notice Morticia and the British bitch strolling towards my bot tower, so I give them a very warm welcome before saying psych, get out of my base, and send Morticia home. I notice the British bitch beating up an innocent green trilobite and I call PETA, but they tell me there is nothing they can do, so I go deal with the abuse myself. Caitlyn must have read wrong the instructions of how to put yourself out of fire, because instead of dropping on the ground and rolling she decides to flash and die 1 second later. Socket Man tries to be smart and steal the dragon with a long-range ulti, but I tell him to stop trying to be smart before it starts hurting and he needs to be rescued by Morticia to avoid yet another unwanted trip to Fountain. Kale is not yet near this fight, so I go in balls out, dig in hand, and set everyone on fire. Ponytail Man dies instantly, followed by the British bitch. And I pull a quick side step and a front flip to slap Morticia's ass on fire for the kill, after which I add insult to injury and go play with their dogs. Stonehead thinks Caitlyn is hot and I confirm his theory by setting the bitch on fire and letting Stonehead have his way with her. Stonehead finally gets a hold of that ponytail and puts it on himself. In the meantime a shitfest is going down in the enemy base. Seven-eyed Dick dies quickly and the rest of our enemies are low and fleeing, but we can't score the kills. We fall back, but the wind shitter rallies our enemies to battle and we get chased. Yasuo gets the worst case of blue balls you will ever see when I turn myself to gold, and he just stays there like a moron and dies. Stonehead comes to show the British bitch his new hair and I think she likes it, because she jumps of joy when he sees Stonehead dashing towards her. Kale is surely in position to grab all the kills she can and the game ends in the aftermath of the shitfest, but not before the wind shitter kills himself one last time. GG.